Hello? Hello? Okay, so it's 2024, and I made a resolution to myself to start the collecting of these videos and posting them on YouTube. So I started doing that, and just as I was reviewing them and, putting the chess board with the video, it takes forever, by the way, but I realized it all looks good, and I like how I sound, and I'm moderately funny at times, and that's enough. I think that's all I need. So we're gonna keep it going. It's 2024, going to what I think is the beginning of a tournament, though I'm not sure. And I'm excited. And one thing I noticed about what I've posted so far, although it's been cool what I've been doing, I said in my intro that I was gonna, give you some active chess training right now while I'm talking, and I've fallen quite short. The board is there for you to look at, and I've tried talking about my games after, and I'm going to continue to do that. My ability to say what the moves have been and stuff like that, that'll all get better. But for now, I'm going through the game. I'm going to try and do it before and after all the time, because I liked my episode 3 or game 3, when I had a little bit before, and then I had a little bit after, and that was cool. And I have to say, I'm not as nervous about games anymore, and tournaments and all that. Like I didn't record anything for my entire second tournament, just because I wasn't getting around to posting these. So I sort of had to decide what to do. And since I've finally gotten around to doing it, I'm just gonna get it back started again, and we're going. So, chess training, starting now. Chess visualization, that is number 1. That's what we need, okay? You can play a million games, but the way you're gonna get better is if you can do it in your mind. If you can see it as clearly in your mind as you can see it on the board, that's gotta be helpful. People have talked about visualization before, so I'm not going to sell you on it. We're just going to jump in. I think we should start with knights. Obviously, everyone always starts with knights. Should we start with knights? Yes, we should start with knights. Let's think about where the knight is on B1. He's on B1, right? So, where can he go? Well, think about this. They hop from dark square to light square to dark square to light square, right? All the time. And I did this one puzzle where it really opened my eyes to how many options a knight has after 2 moves. 1 move, sure, he's only got 8 spots. But what's 8 times 8? Huh? It's 64, I think. And not that they can reach that many squares, but they have lots of options. So let's just see how many spots, what squares are available to the knight on B1 after 2 moves, right? So the first spot is they're on B1, and like I said in one other episode, the knight on B1 can jump to A3 or A3 or C3 or D2. Yes? Those are all light squares. Now we can consider our knowledge of the dark squares from those positions. So this is what we're looking at. All the possible dark squares that a knight can go to. All the options. Someone said that there's billions of possible combinations in just the first 4 moves of a chess game, and you start to understand why. If just one knight can go to all these spots. Okay, let's stay focused. So you're on A3. You're on A3. Where are you going to go? Well, you can go back to B1. That's one possible option. You can go to C2 or C4 or possibly B5. Can you? Yes, you can. Of course you can. So from the edge, you don't have as many options when you're on the side. That's why they say knights on the side are bad, because they're not an octopus anymore. Now it's just a horse or anything with 4 legs, because you can only go to 4 spots from A3. And I said them. It's B1 or B5 or C4 or C2. But what if I had jumped to C3 from B1? Where can I go from there? Oh, that's a good question. Well, you can go back to B1. That's always a good place to start. It's just where you came from. And then from, if we're going clockwise around, you can go from C3, you could also go to, sorry, I should also, okay, so from C3, you can go to A2, or A4, or B5, or D5, or E4, or E2, or what's the last one? E2 or D1, right? The 2 bottom spots are B1 and D1 from C3. If you got there faster than me, that's great. If you're using a board and you're looking at it, it's like, oh, it's so obvious. You're taking such a long time. Well, I don't know if you're doing it right. I think you should not use the board. And if you're still not using the board and you're still doing it faster, you're getting a little impatient, that's fair. I understand. I'm going slow. But it's just a visualization exercise. You're seeing what I'm trying to do to prepare for my game. And you could try to do the same and just do it in your own way. You don't have to follow along with this. But you get the idea of what at least I'm trying to do at this moment going to the game. So let's continue. D2, yeah? From D2 was the third option from B1. So you could go back to B1 from D2. Or you could go to B3. Or you could go to C4. Or E4, or wait, you can't get to E4. No, you can't get to E4 from D2. Wait, yes you can. D2, E is 1 over and 2 up. Yeah, E4, yeah, you can go to E4. Sorry, my apologies. That's okay. F3. You can go all the way to F. You can jump from B, you can go to D2, and then you get to F3 and F1. Sorry about that. So now let's think of all the dark squares. Let's put them all together. All the dark squares you can get to from B1 in 2 moves. It's the... there were so many. There were so many. Okay, it's hard to see. It's overwhelming. Let's think. Let's put it another way. Let's think of all the dark squares there are. Let's say that first. Follow along, close your eyes, or open them if you're busy. But try to just follow along. We're at the basics here, okay? I'm not a master. And we're just gonna go slow, and we're gonna build it up. Build up speed. Slow and steady wins this race, I'm telling you. There's no shortcuts. Let's do it. Well, A1. Come on, everyone knows the A1 H8 diagonal. That's the famous longest dark square diagonal. Let's just say it fast. We're saying all the dark squares now. We are going from A1 to B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, G7, and H8. That's a long diagonal. Now let's go sideways from A1. A1, C1, A1, C1, E1, E1, G1, and that's it. Okay, think about it this way. If you want to go a bit faster, first of all, just think about moving by 2. It's easy to do number-wise, but letters, maybe you've never said the alphabet by 2s. You know, you work on multiples of 2 in math. You don't work on saying the alphabet. You can see how prior knowledge of things, it helps. You know, if you attribute things to your chess, it helps. It's all in there. So, A, C, E, G. A, C, E, G, right? Music people would know that, actually. Always cater everything good. Nope, that's not what it is, but you get the idea. Always, no. A, C, E, G, right? And then the light squares in the first row are B, B, D, F, H. B, D, F, H. B, D, F, H? Yeah. H, F, D, B. Man, it's so hard. It's unreasonably hard for something so basic. Is this painful to listen to? Well, you tell me, because I'm creating this for me to just the effort in trying to say things out loud makes it so that I'm working on it. And I could listen to this and later it might be painful for me to be like, wow, this is terrible. But it's still visualization. You got to fill in. You got to take the spaces that I'm leaving. You got to think of stuff on your own. And I'm talking to myself or anyone else listening. I'm doing my best. Follow along. It'll go faster. You'll grow with me. Apparently, chess.com thinks I'm in the 98th percentile of people. But I don't know. I mean, I think I'm all right, but I'm not. I guess there's that many people not taking it as seriously as me, and that's fine. I guess that's the overwhelming majority of people just pick up chess and put it back down or look at it casually. That's not how you do it. You gotta go crazy. So, let's keep it going. Let's try to stay focused. There's only so much time before a game. What are the dark squares on the first row? Why was it so hard to say that? A, C, E, G, right? Yeah, easy. Now it's easy. And then in the second row, it's B, D, F, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. B, D, F, H. A, C, E, G. There, now you're saying it fast. That's going to help. A, C, E, G. What are the dark squares in the first row? A1, C1, E1, G1. What are the dark squares in the second row? Well, that's B2, D2. What? B2, D2. Hold up. How does adding the number make it harder? I don't know. BDFH. B2, D2, F2, and H2. I got it. Maybe I shouldn't drive. Maybe I shouldn't drive and do these. I don't know. But driving is when I feel good. This is when I feel like talking. Okay, well, I'm here now. Well, that was it. There's your lesson. Here's your lesson. You've learned nothing. I didn't even complete the task. Okay, hang on. Okay. Close your eyes when you're not driving and think of what we were talking about. Now, let's just keep it going. Let's say BDFH, B2, D2, F2, and H2, ACEG. So then what about that third row? What about they're called ranks. Let's use the proper terminology. It's A3 from the third rank. We're looking at A3 is a dark square, and C3 is a dark square, and oh my lord, E3 and G3. I should just now I'm starting ACEG. I used that to get there. Just now in this time, I've made a shortcut, and that's. I'm gonna make a bold statement. I'm gonna say that's what chess learning is. You see Magnus or whoever, any professional. They're not mulling over this. They've done this. They're way past this, right? They're not considering what dark squares are called. They know it without even thinking. And soon I will be able to. You saw my progression just now. You need to put it in your brain, and it's going to sit there, and it'll be there when you need it. If you've put the time to think about these and made sure you can think of it fast or instantly. ACEG, BDFH, that's easy. A1, C1, E1, G1, those are the first dark squares, second row, B2, D2, and then you can start visualizing in your mind. You're not just saying it now. Now you can think of the letters and numbers, and once you don't have to think it and you can just see, just know it. Once you can say those things, you can start adding visualization into it. There's multiple ways to get to, like, say, let's just choose something random, like H6. Well, okay, so I know that that's a dark square because it's 2 down from the corner. 2 down from that, remember that famous dark square diagonal, the long one? It ended in H8. What's 2 down from that? H6. That's dark. Easy. That's too easy. No, it's just the right amount. That's okay, because I know that because I worked on that already. I've thought about this, drive around all the time. Oh my God, I've already spent 18 minutes talking. I can't believe it. My videos are going to start to get longer now that I'm enthusiastic about this project. Oh no, better watch out. Okay, wish me luck. I hope that training paid off. I'll let you know. Okay, here we go. Real quick, I haven't gone in yet, but I was just looking at a board and I realized that I was saying we were the whole first 18-minute segment. I was talking about how many dark squares there are, which ones you can jump to after 2 moves from B1. How many of you spotted the giant problem with that? Because I now see that obviously B1 is a light square, and after 2 moves, since you go from light to dark to light to dark, we should have been asking, hey, Mark, how many light squares can you get to? How many light squares can you get to after 2 moves from B1? Oh, Lord, I am so sorry. I bet that threw everyone off. I bet people were kicking and screaming listening to this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, but, catching that was just a test. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Time to go try and win a chess game now. Okay, well, so how'd it go, you might ask? How was that? Well, first let me tell you, it was six rapid games. You played 3 different people, but you played the same person twice, once as white and once as black. So yeah, the tournament's not starting. Obviously, it didn't start today. I think he said it starts in two more Thursdays from now. And this was just a warm up, for the new year. So no points, no nothing. And thank goodness for that, because I lost all 6 games. Clean sweep 5,000. So that's okay. It is what it is. The pairings were random. He said that. He actually, the organizer, he gave me a little something. He said that as I was leaving, he's like, well, next week will be like a continuation from today. So like the scores and everything are kept for next week, and then so I'll be paired with people more around my rating level. And wow, that'll be helpful. I got my first over the board I'll say the quickest I've ever lost over the board like this. I fell for my first over the board opening trap, but I don't know if I did it if I fell for a trap or no. You see, I think I wasn't calculating properly today. Spent all my time, all my prep 20 minutes trying to sort out which squares are dark and which squares are light. It's apparently not immediately useful for games of chess, but there it is. So I've got nothing to report other than I lost and I blundered things left and right. Oh yeah, so my takeaway from what happened here, I told the guy, actually one positive thing, it's all positive, it was all fun and good times. The first guy I played, very nice guy, he the first guy to offer to discuss after the game. And I was like, yeah, oh heck yeah, let's do it, let's talk. And we went out, and I only just barely managed to keep a conversation. Like, he obviously he knows what he's doing, and he's saying, my openings were okay, but the Schlesnikov, there's different opening names that I can't even pronounce. I can't even start, let alone remember if I'm saying the right one. I can't do it. No, yeah, I'm just, but I really want to say it, but I physically can't at this moment. And so I'll come back around. So I think my biggest takeaways from today's experiences, my most delightful learning experiences, is that I need to play more over the board, practice more over the board, even by myself, doesn't matter. The point is that you use a physical board, because I can't see what's going on. I don't know. It is so hard to translate what I've been doing on my phone to the board. I can't see. I'm blundering still. Chess.com says I played almost 2,000 games. That was my annual review. I know that's like all bullet, and that doesn't mean anything. You can play, I don't know how many you can play in a day. You can play lots of games fast. It sounds like a lot, but anyway, it is a lot. And I told the guy, I was like, I do all this, and it's going great, and then I get to the board. It's like playing for the first time. It takes too long for me to just understand what's happening. So these quick games, that's the thing. Over the board, the slow games is okay, because you can think about it for long enough. Each thing you can sort of sort out the position. But when you're playing a short game and you're still, you're still digesting what the board looks like. But you're being forced to make a move. Well, it's Blunder City. It's Blunder City. So that's okay. It's okay because I know that. I see the problem. Also, openings. I need to stop neglecting what few openings I have. And, sort of really like knock them down. I haven't studied anything. And it's not like I have to study, but I have to like sort of commit at least to working on a thing or two. One for black, one for white, two for black. That's what someone said. Yeah, because it just goes to show that I played mostly people who are more experienced than me by a lot. And they all know, like the guy wanted to talk to me about my opening. He's like, you should have done D6 and man, and my longing to be able to speak the way they speak about positions and openings, and it's like, oh, you should have done this, takes this, and I'm gonna get there, but if I can't sort out what a knight does in my mind, or the positions of squares without thought, I'm not gonna be able to keep up a conversation without the board in front of me. So, I'm not wrong about needing visualization. I need everything. I need it all. I got the works. But yeah, so like I can do tactics or tactical puzzles. I got a good rating on that, over 2,000. And it doesn't translate. It doesn't translate to over the board games. Suddenly I'm playing I don't know. I shouldn't give myself such a hard time. But I did make a lot of obvious I don't know what to say. I lost them all. So everyone was nice and it was all fun and some of the games were good. And yeah, none of them were close. Sorry, I was just trying to think. I didn't come close to winning any of them. I'm sure my opponents were comfortable pretty much the whole time. My last guy was straight up just bored. But he's the one that beat, our games went fast. At least the first one, yeah, he beat me in about 6 or 7 moves. I just did something dumb. So, whatever. I'll, if I can, bring it back to the board and have a look at it. But I don't know. I didn't write anything down. So now I'm not going to be able to remember anything that happened. I was really hoping to come back to you and say, oh, I played this and this and this. I'm not going to remember. It all happened so fast. It was a blur. My brain fries trying to keep up with what's happening. So, but it was all fun. That's the whole point. That's the exercise I need. I only just need more of that. So when I go to do that, it's not just a fiasco. But again, I'm going to play people more at my level next Thursday. So better results. And that's the thing. I shouldn't hope to be able to beat people that have put in more time or have studied in more appropriate ways. Have that discipline, whereas I need it to be fun and silly all the time, mandatory. That's my thing. I physically can't do a thing if there's not the correct amount of enjoyment from it. Blessing and a curse, right? Because it means I'm always having fun. No, that's not what it means. I always need to have fun. I'm always seeking to have fun, and if I'm not having it, then I create it for myself. That's why I'm so amusing. I'm always trying to, make myself giggle a little bit on the inside, and that's a good way to live, I'd say. Though for chess, a bit more discipline, being able to study the hard things, openings and end games and all that. Well, anyway, I've been focusing on my tactics because that's what I heard was the most important for people at my level, which is true. Yeah, tactics, but over the board. Oh, don't get off your phone. Stop doing tactics on your phone. Put them on the board. Okay, I'm just rambling now. I don't have a point, so yeah. But making videos is fun. That's something, this is cool. Good times. All right. See you next week. Okay, so I just got home, and yeah, it's still the same day, and I go to, first thing, I grab my chessboard from the main floor, bring it down to the basement, getting ready, try to film something to go with the audio, my face in the car, and my ceiling is leaking. Or more accurately, my dishwasher is leaking. And it's hitting the corner of the TV stand, I guess. The thing that my TV's on. And the thing that my PlayStation 5 is on. And the thing that my son's Nintendo Switch is on. All just resting on. And it's hitting this point. It's splashing all those things. And it's dripping. It's dripping down onto an old laptop of mine, which was, already dead. So, and the TV is like, it's been splashed, but hopefully it's good. Anyway, so like disaster, right? Of the largest, no, not the largest. It's a real big problem. It's something that needs to be dealt with. And you know what? The reason I'm recording this now, I need to say that it was so easy to deal with. Like, this is me. I'm in the car now getting a tool to clean up the drywall from the leak. I did all the things. It's like, oh, it's leaking. So what I'm trying to say is it's the easiest thing right now for me at the moment emotionally. I'm not upset. I'm right now not feeling as upset as I should be. I'm positive that the ramifications of my son's Switch not working is going to keep me, it's going to be in my dreams. It's going to be in there. But at the moment, it's like, okay, these are all just the facts. The thing is, it's easy when something's going down, you just know what to do. And that makes it so like, just do the things. Now, that's my question is it just the whiff of Old Toby that I had that's saving me? Or is it more than that? Is it the adrenaline of playing games? Is it the fact that I'm training myself to make decisions while I'm playing chess? And then, so it's like that you're bulking up in this department, and then you come in here and it's like there's nothing to decide. It's like a vacation. You don't just mull over what you have to do, or should I go to bed? No. You dry off the Switch. You poke a hole. Well, first you identify where the leak is coming from after drying off, after moving the PlayStation and the Switch, and looking for rice to, absorb the moisture if there's moisture in the Switch, which, anyway, you just do them. And it was so easy to do. A complete nightmare. Like, I can't tell you how disastrous. But then I'm fine. What's wrong? What's happening? I don't know. Anyway, so it's a good thing I went to chess and then wanted to continue working on my chess content and went to the basement and saw that splashing. Praise. Chess gods have saved me. I'm here at the right time that the dishwasher didn't just go on and we went to bed. Wow, right? Destiny. Dang, man. I wanted to make a cool chess video. I was really pumped. Maybe I'll still do it. Whatever, right? You deal with the emergency and you move on. It's so easy. Horrible. But great. Okay, all right. I better continue. Thanks. Good times.